got this one all done.
Done!
Good morning. In our fuel trailer. Gonna head up and do the irrigation stuff. We're running late because we had a little meeting here this morning. Not really meeting, just Dan, Phil and I were all in the office talking. And my traveler was done at 8. It's 8:15, so we gotta go. Oh, they're piling chicken litter. Generator's running, pump's running, fuel's in. We got water. It's way out there. I'll show you. Never mind, I won't show you because we're going a different direction. Anyway, we're good here till 4:30. So now we're heading back to the farm. We got some spraying to do today. All right, so we've got some spraying to do today. We've actually got a fair amount of spraying to do today. Neighbor called me yesterday, wanted us to spray a few more acres of beans for him. Another neighbor came and talked to Dad last night, wants us to spray his 33 acres of beans. Plus we need to spray our wheat stubble with Roundup, so we're gonna get that stuff all mixed up and go do it. And then we've got those spider mites. So they brought me some chemical here this morning. This Agrimec, it is a miticide, it is 4 spider mites. So we'll mix that up, but we're gonna wait, we're gonna do some Roundup first. Okay, tank is full. Next time I load up, I'll show you all the mixing procedures and stuff again. I know you've seen it, but it's been a while, so we'll go over it again. But we've got 1,200 gallons, a little over 1,200, and we'll spray it out. We've got, what do we got? 3, 4, 5 different fields to go to, probably. Back to spraying beans. Some of these weeds will die. Most of what you guys can see is velvet leaf or buttonweed. Those the Roundup will get. There's a lot of water hemp and a lot of mare's tail out here though that ain't gonna die. That's what's down in this hole. That's mare's tail. Well, there's some grass there, but there is mare's tail out here, and we ain't gonna touch it. Roundup doesn't work, so it's way too late to be spraying beans. I don't really want to be doing this, but it's what the neighbor's got, and if he doesn't spray these, it's going to be really hard to harvest anyway, so got to get done. This is why we spend a few extra dollars on some residual herbicides and control the weeds early before they come up and while they're still small, rather than waiting until this, because this is going to be a subpar job as it is, and it's late, and you've already done the damage. It's not how you want to do it, but what are you going to do? Not our beans. You guys remember that hydraulic hose that we replaced? Yeah, she blew. Can't fold the boom up now. Crap! Oh, not what I needed today, but we get to buy a new hydraulic hose, it looks like. Oh, fun. I managed to get up to the buildings and then the driveway here, so we're not out in the field trying to do this, but yeah. Oh yeah, blew the whole end right off the hose. You guys see that? Look at that. Great. Ugh. Alright, well, that's got to all come apart. I called Dad. He's bringing me some tools and picking me up. Got it. New hose. Better than the old hose. Okay, so this old hose, where it blew apart here, was a splice that Dad had put in because this big long hose got a hole in it, or must have been leaking, so he had him cut it and splice it together. Well, the fittings that they used to splice it were not the right ones for the hose. The thickness of the wall of the hose was different, which is why this one blew off, because the crimp didn't hold, which means this one probably wasn't going to hold for very long either. So we took both of them off, and we're actually running a new hose all the way from this cylinder, or this cylinder, wherever the connection is there on the other side, to the main block on the front where that other one, because there was a splice right in here at this bend that wasn't really there originally, don't need it there. So we're just kind of eliminating that splice back to what it was originally. We got to get the hose run in there, get it connected, zip tied, and we'll be good to go here. One of those things is not like the others, but it's secured. Okay, and this end is secured. Now I just need 150 zip ties between there and here, and we'll be good to go. I'm getting there. However, I just got a phone call from a truck driver. He's at my barn, wondering why nobody's there to unload him. Well, because I'm not there every day, dude. So we gotta go get him unloaded. It's only 2 miles over that way. Random stuff just shows up here all the time, I tell you what. Check these out. Enlist E3 soybeans. Nice big sign, aluminum, nice. It's getting late to put signs up, but whatever, it's cool. There's like 5 of them in there. All right, back to our sprayer. I think I've got that hose secured enough that it should stay. So we're gonna fold her up nice and slow and make sure we don't stretch it and pull it, but I should have plenty of slack here and it should go fine. We do need to power wash our boom off at some point because we got oil everywhere, but we'll get to that. Got her folded up. We're back in business. All right. This other guy that we had to spray some stuff for, there was 3 fields. They all look something like that. Weird little shapes. Kind of a pain in the butt. Electric poles all over them. But I got them. I don't even know, 30 some acres maybe total that I sprayed. So we have got 300 gallons left. We're gonna go spray it out on some wheat stubble over here. So you're probably wondering why we would bother spraying this wheat stubble when we're just gonna do some tillage anyway. And you're right, why would we? But do you see all this volunteer wheat growing out here? It's really thick right here in front of me. Basically everywhere that there was a windrow, we've got a bunch of volunteer wheat growing out here. That wheat will not die just from a tillage pass, and it will not die over the winter, so we would be fighting it in the spring. And so we've kind of gone to spraying all of our wheat stubble before we do any tillage in order to kill that volunteer weed off. Dad's got some ruts out here from when he sprayed this spring. We had to put that fungicide on after we got that 5.5 inches, and so now we've got tracks for the sprayer, and we're kind of in and out of them. Plus we're dealing with these little tile lines here. That's okay, we don't have very much to do over tile lines. And it's nice, there's one right in the middle of the sprayer track, which means this won't be so wet. It'll dry up in the future. That was good planning. Finally, I've got this first load sprayed out. Between the broken hydraulic hose, the 6 different fields we were in, that one took a while. So anyway, we're gonna head back to the farm now. It is lunchtime, I'm gonna get something to eat. Also, can you guys see that smoke way over there? It would appear Dad has started himself another fire. We may have to go check that out later. All right, so I'm back. Come on. All right, so I'm back from spraying that load. I'm gonna go get something to eat, but see that other, no, you don't. There's somebody, one of my Syngenta chemical rep is here. He wanted to look at that frog eye disease that I found in them beans yesterday. So we're gonna go down to the field. He's gonna follow me down there in his truck because he's going the opposite direction from back here. And look at that, and then I'm gonna grab something to eat, come back and try and spray another load before we gotta go do the irrigation stuff. I'm pretty sure it's at 4:30. Yeah. So I pulled into this field. I want to stop and look. This is that first field of beans that I planted with corn planter, 30-inch rows. They've been looking so good, but they're definitely dry now. We'll see what we can find out here. These beans do have some pods on them, but finding a bunch of dead ones. That's no good. Same thing we were finding in the plot the other day, where there's just a bunch of these dead plants. and there's more dying, and I don't know why. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm gonna have to get an agronomist back out here. There's a whole bunch of dead ones. Here's a little bit of spider mites. Tiny little spot here. I don't even know if it's worth the trip down here with the sprayer, but it is concerning that there are so many plants that are dying. Yeah. I think what's going on, this is my best guess, and I haven't nailed down what disease it is. It could be Phytophthora, it could be some charcoal rot, it could be brown stem rot. But I think that flood that we had earlier this year introduced a lot of disease into these plants, and now we're seeing the symptoms show up. It's kind of been a ticking time bomb, and there's nothing we could do about it. But it's not good. So here's some more of that frog eye leaf spot. These speckles on there. I don't think this one over here is, because it's way too big, but these little ones might be. What we were trying to decide is whether that is a actively growing and spreading lesion, or if it's dead and dried up because of the fungicide we put on. And we kind of made the determine with the gray center. I know that's not focusing very good. That it's probably dead. It was probably there when we sprayed it 2 weeks ago, and the fungicide killed it, prevented it from spreading. So it was a good thing that we sprayed these beans, but definitely got a few lesions out there. They're not too thick. Also, they did get our chicken litter spread this morning, and Phil was down here with the mower mowing some filter strips, so he jumped in the tractor and is doing the disking. So we don't have to worry about that, which is good. So this will all be taken care of. All right, I'm back to the farm here. It's 3 o'clock. The days go so fast and I accomplish so little. We've sprayed 1 load today. 1 load of Roundup. That's about it. That's all I've accomplished. Anyway, we're gonna go try and get another one done now. We've got an hour and a half before I gotta go move that irrigation. The next load should go a lot faster because we're gonna be in maybe 2 fields, and they're big, wide open wheat fields. So we're gonna do that. So I know I've shown you spraying and stuff quite a bit already, but thought I'd go over mixing procedures again just because it's been a while since we've done this. But we're loading up here. We're spraying Roundup. Roundup is, yeah, anybody not know what Roundup is? Non-selective weed killer that's supposed to kill everything. Doesn't anymore, but it kills grasses really well. And right now we're after volunteer wheat, which is a grass, so it will kill it. One of the things with Roundup, though, is that it will be tied up by minerals, dirt, basically. And so even the minerals in our water would tie up the Roundup before we even spray it on the ground and make it ineffective if we didn't treat the water. So that choice is a water conditioning agent, and it basically conditions our water so that it doesn't tie up the Roundup. So we always put that in first. We get a fair amount of water in the tank, put in our water conditioner, and then we're ready for the Roundup. We're spraying a generic Roundup, and the rate is 22 ounces per acre. So we've got to figure out how many acres we're going to spray on this tank load, multiply that by 22, and put in that many ounces of Roundup. So because we're using a bulk shuttle, we've got a chemical pump on here. We've got a meter. Meters out exactly how much we put in. For our tank load, we're mixing up enough for 110 acres, so we need 18.75 gallons. After the Roundup is in, we're going to put in a little bit of this. This is a surfactant, and it basically breaks the surface tension of the water so that the droplets spread out on the leaves of the weeds and whatever we're trying to kill, to keep them from just bouncing off, basically. Helps the plants absorb it better. The rate on these two is not on a per acre basis, it's per 100 gallons of solution. So we've got 1,200 gallons we're mixing up. This is a quart per 100, that's a pint per 100. So twice as much choice as the LI 700, the surfactant, which basically means we get 3 gallons of that and 1.5 gallons of that one. So now that they're all in there, we just finished filling up our water, and then we go to the field. Oh gosh, this field's gonna suck. Look at all those poles. We're gonna go with the leave the boom half folded up approach here. See if we can't squeak between the poles and the road, but yeah, this one's gonna be no fun. I wish I had my phone mount so I could show you just how much of a pain in the butt these poles are. We'll see how I can do while I'm holding it. My apologies if I drop you. Basically, we pull up to the pole as close as we can get. Right there, close enough. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Fortunately, there's nothing growing here, so I'm not really worried about running over crop. Okay, now we're gonna go around. We gotta check the road, make sure there's nothing coming. Okay, we're good. Just come around the pole without hitting it. Without hitting it too close. Poles are getting closer to the road here as I go. Okay, so we try again. A little farther out. We're gonna make it this time. Yep. Okay, now we swing back out into the field. Get squared up. And now we back up to the pole. Pain in the butt. Once we're back to the pole, turn it on and go. Pull up to the next one and do it again. Well, I got to open my booms back up to 120 and I finally made it all the way around this field. There's 128 acres in this field. We've covered 31 of them. Impressive. One time around the outside, 31 acres. Our chicken litter pile is growing. It doesn't smell real pleasant either. This field's got a lot more weeds in it than the other one that we were in. The Roundup should get most of it, except for the mare's tail. Everything else we should get. Perhaps I should take a second and explain why we're spraying these fields and we didn't spray the other one that I just showed you where Phil was disking. The difference is the cover crop. So that field where he was disking, we had the clover cover crop already planted in there, one of those that we frost seeded back in March. This field does not have any clover growing in it or any cover crop at all. And again, the reason that we did them separate or different is because this field was prevent plant last year. We did not have any crop growing here, and so the weed pressure was a lot higher in the wheat this year, and we used different herbicides in the wheat to try and keep the weeds down, which would have killed off our frost-seeded clover. So that's why this is different than that one, and most of what we had this year was this situation where it was in the prevent plant ground. So we're going to do a lot of this spraying the wheat stubble now, and instead of disking this to work in that clover or the chicken litter, we're going to run our disc ripper through it, then we're going to field cultivate it down, and we're going to plant a cover crop of oats and radishes, and hopefully in the spring we can just come in here and plant this without having to do any tillage work. This is kind of more fun spraying. Big wide open fields. Not worried about running over crop. Now that we're away from the electric poles anyway, it's wide open. Open her up and go. Cruising. 16 mile an hour, running 30 pounds of pressure, putting 43, 44 gallons of product out a minute. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I even shifted over so I'm not in dead sprayer tracks because they're rough. It's much better over here, and since we're doing tillage anyway, what difference does it make? Plus the ground's so dry here, we aren't worried about compaction right now. Oh, they're also piling our lime here. So our soil test indicated that we needed some lime. Lime is used to raise pH of the soil. You want your pH to be fairly neutral, between 6 and 6.5 usually. And there's a few zones on this field that the pH was getting a little bit low, so we spread lime to raise it. Don't need much, but there was 2 semi-loads there that they're going to spread. A lot going on this week. Chicken litter, lime, spraying, tillage, all kinds of stuff happening in the wheat stubble. Ran out. We did 89 acres here of 128, so there's like 30 acres to go, and then we've got another field that's 72, I believe. So it's 100 acres we got to spray. No, 110. I don't know. I'll do the math, but another load, and we'll have the wheat stubble sprayed that we can do for now. There are a couple more fields that we'll need done, but not yet. One they still got straw on across the road over there. Haven't got that baled off yet, so. But we're not spreading chicken litter on those, so they can wait until we're done with the rest of this stuff. That's my point that I was trying to make. Anyway, it is 4:13. We gotta get back and go do the irrigation stuff. Oh, I hate the mud. I think we're okay. I left it turned a little bit so that those stabilizers are away from the pipe. We ran over a little corn, but that's okay. I don't want to puncture the pipe. Now we're in the clear. Sun's out, guns out. Water's on. Anybody care to take a guess what time it's going to be done? Yeah, midnight again. Actually, that's only because I sped it up a little bit. It was supposed to get done at like 12:45. We're gonna run it just a touch fast, so it's midnight instead of 12:45. Because, yeah, I don't want to come and be out here till 1:30 in the morning. So, all right, I'm gonna put fuel in, and we're going back to the farm. There's the guys out spreading the chicken litter. It's not real pleasant smelling stuff, but it is packed full of nutrients, fertilizer value. I don't know about this red tractor running on our fields. There you go. All right, just waiting on the water to finish loading. I have a rider waiting patiently for me. Here we go. You ready? All right, let's go do some spraying. You haven't rode in a sprayer in a long time, have you? No? Sometimes you ride with Grandpa, don't you? Yeah. Looks like they're getting chicken litter piled down here already, too. That's all right. That's a good thing. That means they're going to get this spread pretty quick too. So, lots to do. There's some more up here?
Yeah.
Should we get them?
Yeah. Okay. I see a sprayer.
Yeah, we're almost done, aren't we?
Yeah.
One more round, maybe? Flying through it at 207 acres an hour. That's impressive.
We already got those ones, Dad.
Yeah, we already got all that over there, don't we?
We got them, Dad.
I know.
We got those roads, Dad.
We did get those rows. We're almost done, huh?
Yeah, get this last one.
Yep, one more round. Okay, we got this one all done. Got one more field to finish up. Daddy already started it, but we gotta go do about 30 acres.
30 acres.
Then we'll be done.
Done. Then we'll go down to the farm.
Yep, go back and see Brayson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The things are not on.
What did you just call me?
Nathan.
What? How do you know that?
Nathan, what do you got to work?
I'm Nathan when I go to work.
No, you're
This is from watching these videos. But when I tell you guys what my name is, now he knows, and now he calls me.
I go slow.
No, we're not going slow, we're going fast.
Why?
So we can get done faster.
Done.
So now, it's Dad, Daddy, Dad, Nathan. Like, when he wants my attention, he uses my name.
Beep.
Okay, we're done. You gonna turn it off? Thank you. All right, shall we go see if we can find Bryson and Grandma? Hey! Always honking the horn. All right, we are done spraying for today. I did get all of the... Hold on, wait for me, bud. I did get all the Roundup sprayed that we need to do. You can? Can I help you?
No, I can hold on to these.
Okay, come on. Anyway, I got all the Roundup spraying that we need to do for now done. The rest of the wheat stubble will wait. Be careful. So all we have left to spray is those spider mites. So we're going to try and do that in the morning, I think. Should be able to do most of it in one load, I think. And we'll see how that goes. Good job. All right.
We did it.
All right, so the irrigation is going to be done at midnight again, so I'm going to go up and do that later. And then tomorrow we're going to keep the irrigation moving. We're going to spray hopefully just the one load, and then I'm pretty sure we'll be doing tillage because they're spreading that chicken litter there now. So we got to get the disc back. Phil finished discing that field where we were, I showed you earlier. But when he was folding it up and getting ready to bring it back, he had a flat tire on it. So Dad went down there. I think they're trying to get that fixed. We'll probably have to get it home in the morning, though. There's the other one. Say hi, Brayson.
Hi.
Anyway, on our way home, I don't remember how much of this I wrapped up when I was trying to get off the sprayer with Ryland, but hit that like and subscribe buttons for me if you would, please. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day, and if you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.